What do we put in here?
Well, right now we have an empty barrel.
It's an empty barrel. If an orc threw up, I think that's what you would. I messed up. The next segment you see following this intro might be slightly discombobulated to what I'm going to try and set it up as, and I'll tell you why. Yesterday, while I was editing videos, I accidentally deleted the intro. I could have gone back and watched what I had filmed after that to fix it. But you know, sometimes that's just not how things work. We also had a dishwasher break, and my coffee mug fell apart on me, and I have coffee stains now all over my clothes. Why in the world wouldn't I just go back and fix it? You say, Brian, you had it on your computer. Just watch it and then fix it. You can't always just go back and fix things. And when you're doing this type of lifestyle, or really any lifestyle for that matter, when things go wrong, when they go sideways, you can't always just back up and start over. So we're not going to. We're going to press on and go forward with what we were talking about yesterday, which was making your own fertilizer, which is a completely esoteric exercise because, as I'm sure you guys know, fertilizer is ridiculously cheap. I mean, you can buy like a truckload of it for pennies on the ton. There's absolutely no shortage of anything whatsoever. So we are going to make some fertilizer. You can do this at home. We're going to explain it, and I'm pretty sure for some reason I'm carrying a barrel over my head. This is already full of fertilizer. I'm just really, really strong. So our tomato plants are not uncurling at night like they should.
If it was heat stress.
If it was heat stress. What are the other two things it could be?
It's possible it is leaf curl virus. It is possible that it's herbicide drift because we are surrounded by cropland that is utilizing herbicide.
As far as we know, we have not actually talked to them. And before y'all go hating on your local farmer, remember the government is massively involved in things, and so is big ag like large seed companies and fertilizer companies. The guy on the ground who's plowing his fields is just trying to make a living. So let's remember where the blame is due, if it is due. But we don't even know if they're using that. But it's one of the three possibilities. That's why we're mentioning it, because this is a comprehensive expert video on things. So, okay. What do we put in here?
Well, right now we have an empty barrel.
It's an empty barrel.
Okay. About a month ago, I made my fish emulsion concentrate.
Yeah.
It's really smelly. But I had some frozen tilapia fillets that someone had emptied out their freezer. They were really old. They didn't want them. I didn't really want to eat them because I'm not really a big fan of fish. So I thought, perfect, we'll make some fish emulsion. I have 2 buckets. One's down at the potatoes. This one has got fish, molasses, and it has sawdust with chicken manure from when we did chicks back in January. So it had aged a bit, so it's a nice smelly mixture. I also threw in some leaves and weeds just for good measure. And it's been sitting here covered, looking very broken down.
It looks hideous. I wish you guys could smell this because...
And we're gonna disturb it by pouring it in here, so it's gonna be great.
Break the seal.
Smell-o-vision.
You got it?
Oh boy. Probably not well.
Let's trade. Let's trade.
Okay. Woo! Yowza.
Remember, husbands, you always get the best jobs.
There has to be some perk.
This is good marriage right here, tell you what. Oh, the plopping. The plopping.
It's great. It's great.
Woo. Woo.
Also, keeping it covered makes your garden not smell. Okay. Now I'm gonna fill with water.
If an orc threw up, I think that's what you would. All right, so we have, is this the same emulsion that you just
Yes.
diluted.
Yes. And I'm applying it to our pumpkin patch, our watermelon patch, and our cucumbers. Cantaloupes.
Cantaloupe. And a cantaloupe is what happens when you have to have a good Catholic wedding, right? Because you cantaloupe.
That pains me.
18 years of marriage, that's what that'll do for you. It will pain you. And we've already applied some of this on our potato patch, is that right?
Yes.
The potato patch that was ravaged by potato beetles?
Yes. Want to come see?
I wonder what that looks like. For those of you that cannot tell, we are in a potato patch.
Very weedy potato.
Very weedy. Then we had a bad infestation of potato beetles. So we were out here every night and some mornings picking these monsters off. So it's stunted a lot of their growth. But if you look at these two rows over here, they had the same amount of beetles, but this was given our emulsion, and you can see we have dark green leaves and good shoots of new growth coming up.
We also had some help from our local neighborhood birds.
Still have potato beetles, but
Yeah.
not nearly as many, and they're mostly grown.
Yep. And I'm also seeing more predator bugs in here that are eating the larval stage.
So before you go and spray a whole bunch of insecticides or anything else, you have to give nature a chance to catch up. And you have to help. So that's why we picked potato beetles. But so you can see the fertilizer that we have made and are using will help your plants survive some of those infestations. Now, do you have to make this out of the fish and hay and molasses?
Fish molasses and some kind of carbon. If you don't have access to fish, you can make weed teas. Also, I've used those in the past. We used to live on the coast, and I've made it out of seaweed, and that was pretty effective too.
So really what it does, if I understand correctly, because I'm not the gardener, is it does the process of composting but faster.
Yeah.
Is that right? So the water leaches
some
everything out.
Anaerobic activity, we get the bacteria working for you.
Activity.
Mm-hmm.
Lack of oxygen is what
That's right.
anaerobic means.
Right. The microorganisms in there just go to town, and they make a delicious stew for the plants that you won't want to eat.
Yeah, plants don't have noses, so it can be as stinky as you want it to be. I'm gonna have to teach her how this works. She's in here harvesting vegetables and she didn't tell me. What the heck?
Yeah,
That was like overnight.
it seemed like overnight. I just noticed some little baby pickles just the other day. They grew fast.
Huh.
Well, apparently these guys don't care.
No, they're doing fine.
Very good. They like the heat.
Wonderful. We love cucumbers. Cucumbers that you can turn into pickles.
Yes. Wow.
Cucumber salad.
Look at that.
Look at how fat. That's awesome.
Hey, there's lots of smaller ones, so we can decide when we want to do making pickles. Actual pickles.
Huh. That's a fun surprise.
That is a fun surprise.
What do you think, Mr. Turkey? Over tomatoes. Our family loves tomatoes. Loves tomatoes, and we want to turn them into tomato sauce. My oldest would put tomato sauce on her cereal. She would eat tomato sauce with everything. So, God bless our tomatoes. And our cucumbers, woo!
Zucchini.
You can't say that.
There is zucchini.
But, oh wait, that's right. It's not David the Good's channel. We can say whatever we want. Zucchini.
He doesn't like zucchini?
That's the Z word. You can't even say it on his channel.
Oh, it's terrible. No, I'm not growing zucchini.
No. Only pagans.
I
grow
didn't
zucchini.
mean zucchini. I meant zebras.
So we've got emulsion dumped on all of the garden beds and the fruit trees as well. It's getting a little hot out today, so we've got our irrigation going. We're not expecting rain for the next couple days, so we just set up a sprinkler in the garden. We're gonna let that go for a couple hours in that spot. Move it over. Today is watering and fertilizing and picking cucumber day. So we'll come back out this evening and get some more stuff done. All right, so it's evening. The gardens have all been watered, everything's been fertilized. And I know in that intro we started off with a bad day, things breaking and going wrong, but sometimes during those days you get unexpected blessings. George, one of our viewers, sent us some walking onion and some garlic, and as you know, Bill Elrod went and got some Camellia sinensis for us and some other things, and we have not had an opportunity to put those in the ground. So we are actually going to expand the garden and the homestead this evening. Thanks to you both. We appreciate it. You don't know how much it means to us. Really picked up our spirits today. So where are we going to put it? We are inside our kitchen garden area. Greenhouse is right here. Main gardens are over there. So we're going to put it right here. We tried a strawberry bed here. It didn't work. Sometimes that's the way it goes. That's our only turkey left. All of our other turkeys have died. So we just have the one. There's no backing up and rewinding on livestock. Or fowl. So we're going to mow this right here. We're going to churn it up. And we're going to do some planting. For those of you that have an aversion to gory things, I recommend coming back in about 15 seconds. All right, so what are we putting in over here?
We're gonna go ahead and install our elderberries here.
Okay.
On this side. We have room to get big, and I think we'll get adequate sun and shade. Is that good? Sure, she's quite happy.
Is that good? Can we put a plant in there?
No.
So the idea with the pickaxe is you break up the ground, and then you take this shovel, because that's a small plant, right?
That one over there, yeah.
So I brought a small plant-sized shovel. Now we want to make the hole twice as wide as the pot, is that right? Give or take? So when you put the pot right here, now is your hole twice as big as the pot?
Nope.
Nope. Alright, so make the hole twice as big. So the pickaxe breaks up that part. See how hard that has to work. There it goes.
Just gonna pour it over upside down. Make sure you're not just hanging on to the stems. It's pretty dry. So what I'd also like to do is just kind of tear the roots a little bit at the bottom. I do this just so that the roots won't be root bound.
Yeah, it promotes new growth.
Yep, and then I'm just gonna, it's actually a little bit deep.
Okay, so we'll back a little bit, buddy?
Put a little bit on the bottom.
No more?
Yep. Yeah, there we go.
And then fill it up? Yep. Fill it up?
Yep. I'm gonna keep my little sign here so I remember that's what this is. Probably we'll put a stake in the ground so that we don't mow over it or run the weed eater over it.
All right, so we're going to continue on with our planting, but we're gonna let you go for now. For those of you that are new subscribers to our channel, let me explain to you a little bit what we're about. What we want to do is encourage you. We want to encourage you to try something. We bought this property back in August, and we have been doing a lot of things for the first time. But encouraging you to do something isn't necessarily encouraging you to homestead. We just want you to try something. Bill Elrod, who gave us some of these plants, and his lovely wife Tammy, who is a brilliant seed starter and gardener. There was one time I encouraged people to buy tools and try and build something. And wouldn't you know it, he went and built a gate all by himself. He bought the tools and everything else. And that's part of what we're trying to do. We have bad days here, and we show them to you because that's just the way it goes. But what I'm hoping is if you have a bad day and you see one of our videos pop up, that if nothing else, we give you a smile. I don't know if you're going to learn anything about gardening or homesteading from what we're doing. There's plenty of people out there who are way better at it than we are. But I hope at the end of the day, you get a smile, some sort of encouragement, something. So thanks for joining us today. Don't forget to grow as you grow. Please hit that like button. And if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to our channel. We'll see you next time. Bye.